Hey folks, how's it going? Brad here. Happy Thursday. I am excited for today's Office Hours Live. Really jived. Got lots of cool updates to give to you. Hoping that we get some fun questions this week. And I'm just pulling up the questions now. This is always the fun part because I often am disappointed with the lack of questions and then get overwhelmed with so many questions. And this week is no different. I see no questions asked. So come on, guys. Ask some questions. The link is below. Don't worry. I have material that I could go off with. I've done these live streams before. But I want to hear your questions. And also, because this is like the fourth week, I want to make sure that, I want to ask myself, why is it that people don't ask questions? Because maybe it's just too hard. I'm actually just going to make sure that I am streaming here. Am I streaming? I don't think I am. All right, folks, I think we're good. I actually just went live for that. I just tried this and it didn't work, but we're here now, so that's all that matters. Give me a thumbs up. Give me some sort of acknowledgement if you can see and hear me. I want to make sure that everything's all good. On my end, it looks good, so I'm going to roll with it, and then hopefully we can get some people confirming whether or not we're good to go. Also, we've got some exciting news today that I'm going to share. You guys probably got an email. Those of you who are in the course, that is, about freelancing freedom. We'll jump into that. We'll answer some questions. If you guys have any questions, of course, that's the point. Office Hours Live is our weekly Q&A for people in freelancing freedom. So come at me with your questions. I just pulled up the Office Hours form, the questions form. And it's always funny. The moment of truth is I start off the Office Hours Live and there's no questions. And then when I say that there's no questions, everybody overwhelms me with lots of questions. So I'm assuming that monkey dance is going to happen again this week. That said, I want to ask you guys a question. Why don't you come with questions? Why not? Why are they not there? I'm not ridiculing you. I just honestly want to know. Maybe I would assume it's a fault on my end, on our end. Maybe it's too hard for you to ask questions. Maybe you don't want to fill out a form. Is it too hard? Too many steps in between you asking questions. Do you not have questions? Are you afraid to ask questions? These are my questions for you. I want to know if there's anything what I can do to make it easier for you to ask questions. Is there a flow or something that you would rather see? I don't know. This is where I'm open to some interpretation. The reason why we're doing Office Hours Live is because we get a lot of questions. We get a lot of people in the course reaching out to us in private messages, asking myself, Alea, and getting emails and stuff with a lot of questions. You guys actually do ask a lot of questions. So I want to make sure that these are here and that we can address them here so that everybody can get some value from the answers. So let me know, if there's something that we can do to make it easier for you to ask questions, or what it is that we're doing wrong to not get those questions from you. Be honest, you won't hurt my feelings. Also, I know how to bring some topics to this. I've done live streams before, so I'm not intimidated if there's nothing to ask right away. Honestly, people that will ask questions as we go. It's totally fine. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Kate. Hey, Mike. Hey, Michael. Alea. You didn't miss anything other than me saying hello and the usual weekly, why are there no questions yet? I'm only half joking. And I also asked, for anyone who's watching right now, is there something that we can do to make it easier for you to ask questions? Why is it that people don't ask questions? Mike says, at the moment, I have a handful of actions to do on my end. Greeting. Aaron says, I sent one last week. Aaron, it's possible that we just already answered it. Every week we clear out the submissions. so that I'm not seeing all of last week's submissions and getting confused and re-answering. So if you did have a question and you added it last week, I might have deleted it. Whoops. So the link is just in the description of this live stream. So click that if you want to submit a question anonymously, or if you just want to ask it right here on YouTube, please do so. Okay. Did everybody get my email? Everybody who's within the course. Did anybody get the email that I sent out yesterday to regarding freelancing freedom? I got some really exciting news. So, okay. Yeah, everybody got the email. Cool. Aaron says, I can't remember my question. Come up with a new one, my friend. Lori says, I'm overwhelmed right now, just not in the question place with working on myself. If you don't want to ask anything publicly or even anonymously in the thing, send us a message. You know, if you have questions, Lori. Alea says I don't remove them completely. Oh, I just assume you do because I see no, Alea, I don't see any questions in there. So I just assume that you take them out just for my sake. Cool. So everybody got that email. Let's talk about that for a quick moment while you guys drum up some questions and some thoughts about what you want to talk about today. And I'll let you know what's going on my end. Of course, as you know, Freelancing Freedom is going through a big change, and that is good for you, especially if you are within Freelancing Freedom Masterclass, which is most of us here, I imagine. We are rolling out and developing, producing, creating 4 new courses. And those 4 new courses came from a lot of, they were in the works essentially since Freelancing Freedom first launched. The first Freelancing Freedom course was a test. It turned out to be a success. And so from there, we rolled with it, and the course has done exceptionally well for myself and more importantly for the students. It's gotten some results for people, quite a bit of results, in fact. And I've learned a ton from having it out in the wild and doing a stress test, and understanding, taking feedback, getting questions, and finding patterns, and realizing up until this point that there are 4 stages. Our methodology at Freelancing Freedom is now working around the 4 stages of Freelancing Freedom. Stage 1, as we know, is launch. Stage 2 is systemize. Stage 3 is productize. And stage 4, I cracked my finger there, is elevate. Stage 1, launch your freelance business, is a new course that is currently even being filmed. I was just filming a lesson just before I jumped on here. That's why I was a little bit late. And it is exciting. I'm very excited about it. And you guys get it for free because I want to make sure you guys are happy. Know that we care about you. And we're not trying to screw anyone over here. We are operating a business, so I need to make money. So the other courses will cost money, but you will want to buy them, and we will incentivize you with a current customer discount when the time comes. But you're going to get the first course, and I am very excited for your reaction, for your thoughts, and I'm excited to share that with you. So Kate says, I've thought of a question. Tips on Facebook posts. That's a great topic. Do you have any, Kate or anybody here, anything you want to add about Facebook posts, specific questions about Facebook posts, clarify, if there's anything specific that you want to talk about with that, and I'll come right back to it. Harold, hello again. I don't know much sign language, so, but thankfully we're on YouTube, so Harold will be able to watch the captions afterwards. Let's see. Aaron sent it last week. Okay. You and Alea are figuring something out. Mike says, thanks for launch. Saw the email. You're very welcome. Aaron's question is, okay. So I'll jump to Aaron's question here. After Kate. Kate just let us know what kinds of posts is it better to interest people in me personally, professional posts, so on and so forth. Aha. I like this. Fun question, or topic rather, because this could open a whole can of worms. How do you incorporate social media in your freelance business? What is the most valuable and effective way to incorporate it? Is it necessary? If so, how do I use it? Kate specifically asking, should I have people Should my posts be kind of more personal and kind of almost building a personal brand so that people can connect with me personally as a human? And then by way of that can ultimately be interested in what I do, or should they be more professional posts? Really good questions. And I think I love and hate this initial response, which is it depends. But the reason why I say that is because it really depends on your business, your customers, and the purpose of your posts. A lot of people, so I'm going to get this part out of the way, and I see your addition there, Kate. How often should I post? Again, really good questions. This applies to everybody. The question is about social media. How do I use it? Should I use it? Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all these things. How do I do it? What's the best way? In reference to branding, the Facebook page, great question. Everybody, this is something that applies to you. It seems like it's resonating. Okay, I like this one. This is a great way to kick off. First of all, most people don't need to even use or worry about Facebook. If at all, at least, they might not even need to worry about it at all, but in the very least, they think they need to use it. And they spend so much time trying to think about this great social media strategy that they forget about the point. So the point of your business, first and foremost, is to solve your customers' problems. Now, in order to solve your customers' problems, you need to know who your customers are. And the more you know about them, the better. Get creepily aware of who they are. Do your homework. Google, read, interview, ask questions, go deep. And I don't mean be a total weirdo or anything, but no, the better you can get in the head of your customer and who they are, the better you're going to do, the easier it's going to be. You're going to be able to communicate, not only in your products and services and pitching, but also on social media, which we'll get to. So you need to know who your customers are. And then you need to, with that, understand what the problem is. What's their problem? A lot of business owners lead with, okay, here's my service. I'm really good at coding, or I'm really good at, in your case, human resources and providing a service within that category. Or I'm really good at, coaching somebody through a business problem, or I'm really good at teaching, whatever your thing is. And then they'll lead with that and then say, who wants my thing? I put the open for business sign up and say, hey, I'm open for business. Who wants my thing? Who wants to give me money for my thing? But business is solving the problems for your customers. So it's a simple formula. Know who your audience is and your customers are. Know their problem. Develop a solution for it using the skills that you have. I'm not saying like, oh, there's a problem. People don't mow their lawns enough. I should mow their lawns. If you want to do that, great. But you want to align it with what you want to do, with the gift that you have, with the abilities that you have, with the stuff that you trained to be. Okay, with that out of the way, we got that? Cool. That's the most important thing, developing a great solution for that. Now, the reason why you use social media, I think, is so that you can create a meaningful use social media as a meaningful marketing channel, because that's all it is. So many people use social media thinking that they need to be like the next Gary Vaynerchuk, or like have like a really viral post. And then because of that viral post, you'll get a lot of followers, and a lot of followers will get lots of customers. There are people I follow online who are wildly successful in their consulting business, in their online business, in their service-based business, and they have no followers. If you were to look at their social media presence, you'd go, holy moly, this person is almost non-existent, but somehow they're crushing it and doing well because they can focus on what matters, and that's creating really great products and services for their customers. On the other flip side, you have some people who have a really big presence, and you think those people are really, really successful. And when you look into it, you realize they're a famous YouTuber or a famous Instagrammer or a famous social media personality, and they're working at McDonald's. No offense to people working at McDonald's, but you can't provide for a family working at McDonald's. So, and then with 1 million followers on YouTube, maybe you get some ad revenue and some minor sponsorships, but people need to get to the point here is that we're trying to solve problems for our customers. Social media is a marketing channel. Just as paid advertising is, online advertising, offline advertising, radio advertising, those are marketing channels. SEO, search engine optimization, is an online marketing channel. business to business, going to conferences, that's a marketing channel. So social media falls within the category of marketing channel. So because of that, you need to approach it as such. What's the purpose for you using that marketing channel? And if it's what it's probably going to be is to create brand awareness. Now, some people, this is an extension of Kate's question, should I be doing it for me personally or professionally? Brand awareness for your personality or brand awareness for your business. So for example, my online social media stuff, my YouTube channel, my Instagram and stuff like that, which I don't even really do that much right now because I'm focusing on creating a great product, is a brand awareness for me, but not me like in my personal life, but me because my face, my name is my business. So, you getting to know who I am as an instructor, as a dad, as a developer, as a creator of some sort, getting to know me helps you connect with me. That's going to work for some businesses and it's not going to work for other businesses. So maybe in your case, Kate, and other people who are trying to create, more of an agency model, or their personality is less connected to with their business and what they offer. And I might be wrong with Kate or anybody else who's listening. It works for me and for certain other types of businesses. But if you have a consultancy, freelance business, and you're providing a service to, if it's a business to business service, they might not really care about who you are. And they don't, that's not in an offensive way. It's just more so, we have a problem, we need it solved. Who is the one who understands it the most and can really get that done for us? And what's that going to cost? So it really depends. Alea adds here, I learned building genuine and authentic relationships with people in your community trumps any set marketing rules. So yes. So here's where you can use social media to your benefit. Think about your customers. What you're going to be posting on social media, this is more practical advice now. You need to be adding value to your potential customers. Who cares about your friends and family? They shouldn't even need to see, unless they actively follow your Facebook page. I'm not specifically talking about yours, Kate. I'm talking about everybody's. You need to think about your customer and your leads. Who are the people you want to see your posts? You want to add value to them. So you need to provide information, advice, education, awareness, get their attention, provide value to them that either solves a problem for them, helps them figure out how to do it themselves, adds value to their life and their business, makes something easier, sheds light, educates them on something, adds some sort of clarity. And those are what your posts are about. A great rule of thumb, kind of like my blog post rule of thumb, is what do I blog about? What do I social media post about? The answers to the questions of your audience, your leads, the people who will ultimately become your customers. So what are the questions? For Kate, you know those questions they have. They're human resources specific. The ones that you, and I couldn't even imagine, come up with any good ideas right now. You could do that yourself. Because you're the expert in that. But think about the questions they have when you're talking to them, when you've worked with them, when you've solved problems, the things that bug them, that keep them up at night. Post about that. You could do a live stream, and this is where your personality can come in. You're not so much saying like, "Hey, I'm Kate," or "I'm Maxime," or "I'm Mike," or "I'm Brad," and here's my life. It's more so, "Hey, I follow some realtors." And they'll do live streams and say, "Hey, I'm at a house. I want to let you know about this house. I'm doing this thing today. We have an open house, blah, 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 blah." And live streaming, you connect with the personality of that person so that you can hire their business. So answer the questions of your audience. That's how you should start. So what you should post, answers to the questions. Always keep it around adding value to your customers, to your audience, and think about that when you're posting. Also, as a general rule, you should always be measuring to see how valuable it is. Because if you're spending a lot of time in any marketing channel, whether it's a radio ad, an ad on a bus, a Facebook ad, or social media marketing, is it bringing any value to your business? If it is in some extension of your efforts, then okay, maybe you can keep doing it. If it's bringing customers and it's actually working as a lead magnet, perfect. If it's not doing anything, you're wasting time on it and you should be finding a different marketing channel. For you though, I think, you could use it to your benefit. Automating it might be key. So scheduling your posts, batching, instead of every day jumping on your phone to do posts and wondering what it is, set aside an hour to find out some questions, batch some posts and schedule them once per day or a couple times per day, and have it auto post to your Twitter and your LinkedIn and your Facebook, and batch everything so everything's automated, so that you're not just spending time each day going back to Facebook or going back to Twitter, so on and so forth. Does that help, Kate, and anybody else who has questions about that? I hope that sheds some light on social media marketing and how you might use it, how you might make it the most effective. Cool. Okay. Sweet. Great answer. Big help. You're very welcome. Quick way to answer questions. Alea suggests Loom. I love Loom. Check out Loom. I think it's loom.com, or use loom.com rather. And here. That's a nice thing if you are sending an email. This is specifically in email and on social media. If you want to quickly record something on your desktop, it's really quick. You can record an answer or a little stream. Also, you can live stream on every single platform. So the trick is batching it, automating it, and understanding why you're doing it and who you're doing it for. Okay. Hey, superhero Jack Damington. He asks, when is it right to make out with a goat? Your jokes need a little bit of work. Not interested in having anybody here who's not going to add value. So if you're not here to learn something, dude, then you go somewhere else. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if there's more questions. I saw somebody asked them in the... Okay, Maxime McDuff says, I currently do business only in French. I don't know if I should open for English customers. Do you get enough French customers? Because if you do, then who needs the English, right? It's up to you. If it's hindering you only offering your services in French and you don't have enough of a French customer base, then you might need to expand your services in outside of just French. But I imagine that you should be okay depending on your niche. Okay. Aaron had a question. How effective is it to drop big client names on your website? Is it just pretentious, or is there a benefit to it? I think there's a benefit to it. How you do it also matters. That you do it, I think, is okay. How you do it is the differentiator between you being pretentious and stroking your own ego to look good versus adding value. Does it add value? Again, think about, is it a big name that your audience will see and go, if he worked with that company, or if she helped that, organization or whatever, that's where I'm looking to be. If they're at that caliber, okay, then I trust this person. It's a form of validation. It's a form of social proof to show. It's why I show how many students have joined my courses. It's why I show that I've been featured on certain websites. Not because I'm like, haha, look at me. It's so that when someone goes, who's this Brad dude? And why does he say he can help me get a client? He kind of bugs me. Oh, but he was on that podcast I listened to. And he was featured on that website? Maybe he is not as silly as I make him out to be. It's less of, hey, look how cool I am, and more of, I know what I'm talking about, and these are, the social proof that can show you that I'm serious about it. Okay. Okay, dude. Superhero Jack Damington is out of here, dude. Not only I could put you on a timeout. This is cute. No, I'm gonna ban you from it, dude. Sorry. Go find something productive to do. Cheers. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. Sorry. Mary Jo says, be consistent on posting. This is regarding social media. Facebook doesn't like external schedulers. Post 3 to 4 times a day and a variety of types of posts, videos, links, images, Instagram 2 times a day, many stories a day. Okay. Yes, but I'm going to give a really big red flag to that. You can spend a lot of time on social media, and the problem is you're spending a lot of time investing a lot of your time and energy and resources on rented ground. Facebook can just change their algorithm. Twitter could go away. Instagram stories could change how it functions and asks you to boost your posts in order for anyone to see it. These are not crazy statements. These are things that have happened multiple times in the past. On all of the major platforms, you're on rented ground. And if you don't have your own audience, then what you're doing is just, you're adding value in a place that could just go away like that. And all your hard work will have to change. Whereas if you grow your own audience, through your own email list, and these are things that we will talk about in our new series of courses and topics that I'll start to talk about a little bit more now in, on my blog and such. That's where your time is best spent. If you're going to be marketing and promoting, social media still is good, but if you're posting 3 to 4 times a day and you're doing a bunch of different posts, videos, links, images, Instagram 2 or more times a day, many stories a day. If I did that, and I've tried it, it takes a whole day to add meaningful content, and whole day, every day. The amount of customers I'm going to get from that is probably next to nothing. Sure, I'll be on someone's Facebook feed contributing to their phone addiction, but is that person going to give me $500 for a training program? Are they going to hire me for $5,000 to do a custom, site for them? Are they going to hire me for a consulting fee? Probably not, because they're busy looking at all the things. Whereas if you connect with them in a meaningful way, and actually can lead them through a funnel, then you can actually do a lot more good that way. So I'm not saying it's terrible. Yes, there is a strategy to social media, and you are aware of how social media marketing works. If that's the caliber that you need, then you need to hire somebody else to do it. You need to not do it yourself. The more you can focus on just your thing, developing a great, amazing product, or in this case for the launch phase, service, and dial that in and really solve that problem and change what that offer is and tweak that and use that feedback loop to improve what you're offering so that you can dial that in and get booked solid, and then use social media as an extension of that. Great. But what matters most is you booking clients and making money and growing your business. If you need that level of social media marketing, hire somebody else to do it. Don't do it yourself. I'm telling you that right now. And everybody, listen up. Everybody who has the time, and I'm not pointing you out in I'm not trying to call you out or anything, Mary Jo. This is for anybody. This is for me last year. If you have the time to be on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn every single day, posting multiple times a day, doing Facebook stories, Insta stories, Snapchat stories, links, images, posts, all of this, graphics, infographics, Pinterest, badges and pins, all of these things. If you have the time to do that, you can afford, actually, let me change that. You can't afford not to hire someone to do that. Does that make sense? That was a lot of negatives. You need to hire somebody to do it because you think, oh no, it costs money. It's going to cost me $200 a month or $150 a month or $300 a month. If it's, first of all, if it's working for you, then you should have somebody do it for you so you can actually deliver to those customers that are coming in the door. Thing is, it's probably not coming in the door. So you need to stop doing all that social media and get to work. Use social media as augmented marketing channel, but get someone else to do it for you because your time is valuable. Every hour you spend doing social media and coming up with really witty posts is every hour you're not building your business. Okay. Mary Jo, right? These are not all just your content, stuff that resonates with your ideal customer. This is regarding Sean, Facebook and Twitter, living on rented ground. I love that. Spent way too much time trying to put that concept into words in the past. Yes, you are building your business on rented ground, living on rented ground. It's rented ground that you are laying a foundation on. You want to grow your own business and have your own list. And that's an email list, a list of people that you quite literally own the permission to market to them, to communicate with them. Look up, Google Seth Godin permission marketing. Seth Godin permission marketing. Google it. Read whatever he has on that. Seth Marketing is a huge hero of mine. I love his stuff. I almost finished his latest book, This is Marketing. Permission marketing is what he calls, is one of the most valuable marketing channels you will ever use. And it's something that we will be diving into in our new series of courses and in the content, of course. I want to put this sort of stuff up front and center because it directly affects you. So you don't want to be building your business on rented ground. You can use rented ground to help grow your business, but building it on top of rented ground is like asking for trouble, is expecting an earthquake to happen, figuratively in your business. So Maxime asks the question, I'm at the step thinking about quitting my job. Do you have some tips not listed in your video? Amazing. Okay. I have a question for you, Maxine. Do you have enough client work or revenue coming in from your, I'm assuming, business to ideally replace your income or get you cover most of your base necessity expenses? If the answer to that is no, and you're just hoping to quit your job so you can have more time to grow your business, then you're making a big mistake. You're not ready yet. You say 50-50. So I'm assuming you mean you earn half as much as you need? I want you to clarify that if possible, because I want to give you the right answer here, because this applies to not only you, everybody here who will eventually quit their job or has quit their job. So if you don't have a strategy in place and you don't have a clear understanding as to how much you're going to make in month 1 and 2 and even 3, if you don't have that backup plan, if you don't have a savings reserve of about 3 or 6 months where you can use that to keep yourself afloat as you grow, then you might need to reconsider your timing. If you don't have enough booked clients down the pipeline to say, oh yeah, I'll be good for the next couple months, plus with some savings, I'll be sailing, I'm good, I'm going to make this work. So keep that in mind. Also, so those are the questions you need to ask. If you don't know, if you don't quite have the savings to do it, and you don't have the client work to cover your expenses, you're going to run yourself into the ground really fast. And you're just running on inspiration and motivation. I would hate to see you make the wrong choice. Even when I quit, I was really running on inspiration and motivation and determination, but I also had backup plan, minimize my lifestyle, live really minimally, move to a cheaper location in a cheaper place. I had client work in place. I negotiated a contract with my job that I quit for them to be a client of mine. So I had a lineup of work, and I had, on top of the safety net, I had determination. So you need to have a nice balance. It's always a risk, but you need to have the right balance. And I would hate to see you get bit in the butt because of a premature launch. So those are my tips for that. That's what I really suggest. I earn the same at my day job and my freelance business. Okay, Maxime McDuff. So now you're starting to answer the question a little bit more. You have the same at your day job and freelance business. That's great. You are in a better position to make that move. What I would suggest is hold out a little bit longer, stock a little bit away in savings, try and do what you can to really, really max that out. Try and get more work down the pipeline. And also, if possible, depending on your work situation, see if you can negotiate a work from home arrangement with your boss, with your employer. Say, instead of just saying I quit, find out if you can work from home and prove to them once a week, twice a week, if you work from home, how much more you'll be able to deliver and add value, and that it's possible for you to do that. Prove to your boss that you can be valuable from home. From there, you might want to see if you can say, this has been working. Clearly I've been adding value, and I've been able to show you how much value I can bring to this company from home. I'd like to propose me working from home, exclusively from home. I'll come in once a week for, a meeting or a progress update. And we'll do it that way, and propose it that way. So do this gradual sort of letting go of being tied to your job. And then that can be a great way of having this nice, steady income, working from home, and then building your business as well. Eventually you get to the point where you might not need them, or you can balance it, or you realize, I don't need to work for them anymore. I'm good over here. I need to focus over here. If that's not an option at all in any way, shape, or form, then try and hold it a little bit longer as you grow your business, which is clearly not a side business anymore. You're burning the candle at both ends. Just squeeze a little bit more out of it until you can confidently move forward. Does that help? Going back one thing regarding building an audience on rented ground, Alea, this is great. I wanted to bring this up. Pat Flynn, huge hero of mine, as you should probably all know by this point, talks about how his accounts were hacked, and the only thing that saved him was his email list. And if anyone knows Pat Flynn, smartpassiveincome.com, he is doing, he's wildly successful in the online business, teaching people how to do affiliate marketing and podcasting and things like that. And he's a great guy. I've met him a number of times, and he's been probably my number one inspiration in my journey. So I really appreciate what he does, and he's doing very well. His business is doing very well. But he had his accounts hacked at one point in the early stages. And because he was building an email list, he had a way, his website and everything was hacked, and he lost access to it. He was still able to communicate with them because he had an email list that he said, hey, this is what's happening. I still have a direct line of communication with you, so I'm not worried. I can take care of that. If he'd just been building his audience on Facebook and Twitter, and then his website got hacked and his social media accounts got hacked or banned or removed, which is not out of the question nowadays. People get banned all the time for all sorts of different things. There goes your audience. Just like that. You can never contact them again unless they find you, and tough luck with that. Found Pat through you, says Alea. Cool. That's awesome. Alea also adds one thing to Maxime's topic about quitting his job. See if one income can pay the bills, use the rest to build a savings. Yeah, do your best to stretch that out. I hope that helped answer your question there, Maxime. Ooh, this is fun. I like this. This is a great office hours. We're 35 minutes in, and we're like crushing it with great questions. Thanks, everyone. Kaz says, I know you have some new courses coming out. Do any of them possibly deal with SEO and data analytics? Would love to see you cover such topics. The quick answer to that, Kaz, is no. We will, within the marketing channels, when we get into systemize, productize, and those sections of within those courses and those topics, higher level strategies, we do talk about different marketing channels like search engine optimization, and we'll probably incorporate using, Google Analytics data and finding out a meaningful way to use it. But going into, stuff like that in programming languages and stuff, it's not what Freelancing Freedom is about. It's about helping people start a business, doing what they love, feeding their families, providing for their families, by building a business around what it is that they love. So I know for some people, they want to see me come out with like a really cool high-tech technical course about the inner bowels of a specific programming language or technical sort of hard skill. But I find people get the most excited when I can elicit massive change in someone's life, in their life and in their business, helping them get clients, helping them start a business, helping them conquer these roadblocks that they so desire to do. And that's what Freelancing Freedom is about for me, at least one part of it. So unfortunately, I won't be creating a course specifically on SEO and data analytics anytime soon. But if you are in the category of wanting to change your life and grow a business that matters, provide for you and your family or your future family by starting a business that, gives you purpose, gets you excited to wake up in the day, and gives you an earning potential that you might not have had otherwise, and a desire for a better life. That's what Freelancing Freedom is about. Okay, let's see if there are any more questions. Feel free to throw a couple more at me here. Let's see here. And then after maybe a couple more questions, I will show you a little clip of what's to come. Maybe give you a little bit of an insight of what's happening with Freelancing Freedom for those who don't know, or for those who need a refresher, or just to give you some more info. So there is one question here that I want to address. Let's see. Mike asks, a friend from a past duty station has been running a freelance design company. She's been killing it and expressed to me that she's swamped. She wants to float me part of the work that she's doing for a client. She sends me a mock-up, asks me to build it in either WordPress or Wix. Comfortable either way. My question is, how do I charge or determine what my hours are worth in this case? Charge what it is that you deserve. Don't charge based on what it is that you think she will hire you for, because then that's you commoditizing yourself. That's you being a hired gun that, provides little value. You're just getting a job done. So you want to be able to help her, and if she can send you client work, then that's great. But you also want to get work that pays you what you deserve, and the value you bring to the table. So you might have to compromise a little bit on maybe a fee or a price. You might negotiate, but charge her what you'd charge somebody else for doing that. So don't give a friend fee or something like that. You're a business. Charge what it is that you should charge. So, you didn't ask specifically how much should I charge, and I'll leave that up to you. But you need to be charging what you're worth and with the value you bring to the table. And it's her responsibility to find a way to charge a fee on top of that, a project management fee. It's not your problem for how much she charges her client. She is your client, and you charge her what you deserve to be paid for it and the value you bring to the table. Mike says, I expect to compromise some. It's kind of a trial. And if it is a trial and this could lead to further business, it's okay to compromise a bit, but not a lot. You need to, have principles and a backbone, and be deserving of respect, and not creating an environment where you can be walked all over in your business. You don't want to do that. And these are things that I've struggled with in the past. I've been in that boat where I've compromised too much, and I felt kind of used, commoditized, doing a lot of work. And it seems like on the surface, I got lots of clients and lots of jobs, and lots of my inbox is full with requests. And I've done a whole day of work and I made like $80, or something stupid with the amount of effort I put into it. So you don't want to compromise yourself too much. You also have to add value and grow your business. So keep that in mind. Okay, folks, I'll take maybe one or two more questions here as we round off the hour. And then I want to just maybe let you know about Freelancing Freedom. Maybe give you a little bit of background. Not too much, because you got the email. Oh, one thing I do want to actually share with you is, actually I'm going to share the background. Anyway, I'm having my own thoughts in my own head. Okay. As we wait for maybe another question to come in, I'm going to jump in to let you know about Freelancing Freedom briefly here. So as you know, in the email you got, in the Facebook post, we are launching 4 new courses, and we're zeroing in on, more importantly, the content. The content is structured. Is the first course. The content is almost completely written. I'm already starting to film the course, and we're going to be rolling that out. Everybody within Freelancing Freedom Masterclass, or the original students of the Freelancing Freedom course, which are the same course, just different names. You get launch. You get it as a free gift. That's our gift to you, because you've invested in us, and it's you that have helped me and my family and my team to discover what it is that we need to do best within Freelancing Freedom. And it's your feedback, your questions, your struggles, your wins, and everything in between over the last few years is what's going into these new series of courses. And launch is that first stage. It's that thing that will get you the foundational kind of essential elements that you need to get started, get you on the right track, and then we'll jump into some practical stuff. In fact, maybe what I'll do is jump into a little video just for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. This will be exciting, and for anyone who has seen it, it'll just be like a nice little reminder as to what's to come. So let me just show you a little clip. This is a clip of Module 2 of the Launch course. It's only a couple minutes, an introduction into what you will learn within Module 2. And so just to give you an idea of the production quality, the level of detail and the value and the content that you can expect in one aspect of the course. So let's jump in and see how that looks like. I was talking to an allergist in a small town outside of Calgary, which is a metro city. Although the population of the small town was about 25,000, he said that in order to run his business and pay himself and his staff well, he needed to be situated in an area that served about 2 million people. Thankfully for him, he's so specialized that patients will drive for hours on end just to get to him. Now, of course, he doesn't have 2 million customers. His patients are probably in, let's say, the thousands. What this means is in order for him to have 2,000 patients, he requires a population of about 2 million. Keep in mind, I'm speculating it's possible he has 1,000 patients and needs a population of about 1 million to have steady business. We might consider this his minimum viable audience, the minimum number of people who are in the proximity or aware of his business in order for him to be successful. The nature of a location-specific brick-and-mortar shop is much different than a location-independent consultant like you and I. Freelancers and consultants and solo entrepreneurs have products and services that aren't necessarily tied to a specific city or town. In many cases, our products and services can be marketed and delivered over the internet, sometimes without us requiring to even meet our clients in person. This is unique because if you're not tied to a location, your population pool could include a few million people and beyond, depending on how location independent your business truly is. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't mean that your minimum viable audience is in the millions. What this really means is you get to be picky about who your audience is. You get to focus on them, their story, their hopes and dreams, and solve their problems. So, how many customers do you really need, not only to survive, but thrive? The frustrating truth is, it depends. But here's where it gets interesting. Maybe less than you think. Welcome to Module 2. In the following lessons, we're going to be deep diving into the importance of finding your minimum viable audience. We're going to spend time creating a critical customer persona so that you can get personal with the people you wish to serve in your business. And finally, we'll round off by establishing a way to continually measure and improve your business as you grow. Let's call it a guiding light. Here we go. Super cool. Wow, I love that. What do we think? You like it? Either way, we're moving forward with it anyway. So I'm excited for it. World of difference of what's to come with this new course, a new series of courses. If you liked or if you loved Freelancing Freedom Masterclass and Freelancing Freedom course, even Essentials, you're going to love this. This is the level of detail, the content more specifically, the mission that we have with it. It's going to be awesome. I'm very excited about it. It gets me, I get up out of bed and I'm excited to work on this every day. And I've been spending all day, every day creating content, filming, planning, and it is going to directly affect you, your lives, and your business. And that is the point. That is why I am doing this. So I am excited. I wanted to just maybe share a couple quick things here. regarding, well, I was just writing some content today. I was starting out module 0 and I was writing out the welcome, the welcome module, what, when you get started, what is that you can expect of the course, ground rules, so on and so forth. And there's one part I wanted to share with you. Let's see, maybe I might share my screen. Let's see if I can. Okay. I think this is working. Okay. Yeah, cool. Let's move my face out of the way here. Okay. Here we go. Let's make this bigger. This is what you get when you don't really plan. So I just wanted to share with you okay, move my face again. Boom. Okay. This is something I wanted to share. I was excited about this part. Our guiding light, how we know if we've succeeded. This is how we know if we've succeeded in our courses and specifically in launch. So we want you to enjoy your experience in the course. We like when you appreciate the hard work and level of detail we invest into our productions, but how much you enjoy or appreciate what we do isn't how we measure our success. Inspiration and motivation is nice, but do they pay the bills? So how do we know if we've done our job at Freelancing Freedom? Your real world results. We exist to help you find your purpose, start a business that allows you to provide for your family. We don't exist to make money off of your insecurities, provide shallow inspiration, and have you do nothing about your situation. You can find fluff and pump up elsewhere. We want you to book clients, earn money doing something you love, start a business that pays the bills, create a mini empire that lets you say, babe, you can quit your job and come home. You're about to embark on something huge. It's going to be hard. If this isn't for you, now's your chance to quit and get your refund, because after this, there's no turning back. Otherwise, if we are speaking your language directly to your heart, we've got your back. So I am very excited. That was just a little snippet into something that I was putting together today. That's our guiding light. That's how we know. That's going to be our focus. That's what we're going to be doing as with everything we create in these live streams, in the office hours, and in Freelancing Freedom, new series of courses. That's how we know if we're doing the right thing. I don't care if you say, wow, Brad, what a cool video. You look so nice and handsome. Feel free to send me those videos, those messages, all you want. But that's not what I will use to know if I'm looking to stroke my ego. There's a lot of ways that you can do that. It doesn't serve anybody. What does serve you is you booking clients, making money, quitting your job, building a business, generating passive income, commanding high value fees, getting great consulting clients, and growing a business and a legacy within what you're working on. That matters. If you say, I just quit my job, I just booked a $10,000 project, I just got my wife to quit her job because my business now makes enough money that I need extra help and she's going to help me do it. That is what I care about. That is my guiding light. And that's what's going to be just boiled into everything that I create at Freelancing Freedom. Looks like you guys are pretty excited about that. Good. I am excited too. And like I said, I'm hard at work in getting this to you as fast as possible. Launch your freelance business. The first course will be yours as my gift to you. And systemize, productize, and elevate, as you've heard me refer to, those will be available for purchase once we get closer to that timeline. But I'm confident that as you go through launch and you realize, wow, I want more of this and I want to jump into the next step. And as you grow as a freelancer, as a consultant, as a business owner, we will grow with you versus you thinking you've outgrown us, because boy, girl, we've got a lot of value to offer. And now I have a way to do it. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your questions, you opening up, asking the hard stuff. Don't be afraid. If you have more questions, throw them in that form. We'll make sure we don't delete them. And if you have questions about the course, send us a message, put it in that form, send us a message in Slack, whatever you want. If you have any suggestions or advice, to make sure, that we are delivering on what you need in your stage 1 journey, let us know, because now's the time as we're still finalizing and structuring content. So again, thank you, everybody. Thank you for attending Office Hours Live. I'll see you next Thursday, and I'll leave you with that. Thanks so much. Cheers. Much love. God bless. Catch you later. Bye-bye.